Hello, lovely witches. This is Dawn from Aurora Dawn, and welcome to another episode of Witchy Wisdoms Wednesdays. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about mirror magic, and this is a collaboration of 7 other witches, or 7 witches total, and I will put a link to each one of their channels down below, so please go visit them and see their video on this same topic, and this will give you a different view from different witches, and so you can get a well-rounded education. Okay, so I want to tell you a story about my experience with a mirror. I set up in my bathroom in an apartment, not here, but in an apartment that I lived in, that in the bathroom had a very large mirror above the vanity. I put a chair in there, and I can't remember exactly yet right now, but I believe I used a stool and put a candle on the stool. And so everything else was dark except for this candle. And I was sitting in such a way that I could not see myself in the mirror. And I sat there and just focused and relaxed, and I did see what looked like mist floating up, starting from the bottom of the mirror and starting to float up, and I went, and I walked away. It freaked me out. Honestly, it freaked me out because I didn't know to expect that. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was still newish to witchcraft. This was definitely something very new to me, and I got kind of freaked out. So when this topic was chosen, I decided, well, maybe I should try this again. So this morning I set up the same kind of setup, a chair and a stool with a candle, and spent some time, and I didn't get anything. I might have gotten a little wisp of something, but nothing really happened. So I'm not sure what the deal is. I definitely made sure that my intention was for anybody who is of love and light, who wished to communicate with me or appear or whatever was supposed to happen, that it would be safe. Because anything can come through a mirror, and that's probably what freaked me out, because I didn't know what was coming through. So that's an important key to remember whenever you're working with mirrors. In fact, when I cleanse my house, I go around and I seal every door, every window, and every mirror in the house, because I don't want just anything to come through. These are portals. Oh, and closets. Don't forget closets. I'll tell you a story real quick. A student of mine was telling me that she was having all kinds of activity in her house, in her apartment, and her cat was freaking out. Her cat normally would sleep on her bed, no problem. She would jump up on the very foot of the bed, stare at the head of the bed, and just kind of stare at it. And she did the same thing in front of a closet on the opposite side of the bed. Clue. So this cat would sit and stare at the closet. What happened was she inherited a bed with a mirror at the head of the bed, and once she installed the bed with the mirror that was at the head of the bed, that was up against the wall, where the other side was a closet, that cat would not relax in the bedroom, didn't want to sleep in the bedroom. And so she asked me to come over, and so I did a cleansing, and I definitely felt something in, with the closet and the mirror and stuff like that. So I cleansed it and I sealed it up, and I taught her how to do that, because I'm not going to be available for her to call on me to do this. So I wanted to teach her and make sure she knew how to do it. And after that, the cat was fine. So there is something to, the boogeyman's coming through the closet, Mom. So pay attention to that. And so I go around and I seal up all of the closets, the windows, and the doors, and the mirrors. whenever I cleanse the house. So just so you know, you might want to start doing that. Okay. So this did not work for me this morning. I want to keep working at it because I don't like the fact that it worked for me once and I got scared, and I want to figure out how to make it work. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. I kind of drew this up. I'm not a very good artist, okay, you guys, but this is kind of the setup. Hopefully, yes. Okay, and it's kind of crappy. All right, so this is the mirror, and this is the stool with the candle, and here she is here staring at the mirror. And you want your focus down at the bottom, so it's kind of defocused, so you're not focusing directly on the mirror. So try that. That might help. So I tried that, and I tried focusing farther south of the mirror, below the mirror, and focusing right at the mirror. But I think the best might be focusing down below the mirror so that the mirror is in your peripheral vision, if that makes sense. And that helps me anyway to see things that are not necessarily visible to the eye, to the naked eye. So defocusing my vision so that it's, not focusing directly on what I want to have something psychically happen. Okay, so and make sure the candle, you cannot see the candle out of your peripheral vision because that can be a distraction. So I put it slightly behind me, and really it was just this candle right here, just a little tea light. And it seemed to have just enough light. You could use a pillar a little bit larger, but I think the flame is going to be about the same unless you have a long wick. Another thing, you know what? If I remember right, I might have used an oil lamp. I'll show it to you in just a second. Okay. So here is an oil lamp that I might have used. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's been so long. But I know that I was using this for meditation. I sat a chair right facing a wall, and I put this lamp behind me because I wanted the shadows to dance on the wall as a meditation kind of focus for a meditation to see what would happen. I was experimenting. So I might have used this. So next time I try this in the bathroom, I might use this. I don't know if there's any difference. A flame's a flame, but I think you might be able to control the flame, make it a little bit larger if you wanted more light. And I don't know if a flicker would be better. Maybe. Not sure. Anyway, there's some things to experiment with. I'm excited. I want to try this out, see if I can get it to work. Because I've experienced a lot of things with spirit world, so I'm a lot more comfortable with it. So I think I'd be able to handle seeing the mist float up and being able to sit there calmly waiting to see what else was going to happen. Okay, so that's it for mirror magic and working with mirrors. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this inspires you. And please check out the other ladies in our group. They have a varying different views of mirrors, so I think you will benefit from watching their videos. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate your comments. Do something today that brings you joy and makes you feel good. I love you all, and until next time, blessed be.